Hi and welcome to my 50th vlog. This is my 50th video. It's not the great celebration I planned. Obviously it's not marriage or pregnancy, having babies, doing all that sort of stuff, the stuff that I had hoped for and stuff that I expected to have been doing this time last year. But it's still a 50th video. I've got to explain a few things, go through a few bits, and I'd like to thank the people that are watching for watching. That's the whole thing. It's want to explain to you how much it means to me that I've still got an audience, that there's still people out there watching these videos. So I would just like to take the opportunity before we start to say to you, thank you for watching, thank you for staying with me, and I'm glad that I got this far. I'm so glad that I managed to get to 50. Let's see if we can get to 100 and see what happens there. In this video I've got to explain about the last year being the worst year of my life without any doubt whatsoever. There's never been anything worse than this, and I hope not to repeat it again. But I've also got to let you know that I'm still smiling. There is something to smile about, and I'll explain what that is and I'll explain how that works in this video, and also how these videos are going to go forward, what I'm going to keep doing with them, and what I expect from them. Let's get into it. So I'll start obviously at the beginning. That you've watched the videos, you'll know that last year I made an incredibly bad decision based in here concerning the woman that I love more than anything else in the entire world, and more than any person ever to live. That was a stupid and ridiculous idea, and something that split us up. Something which I regretted the instant that I did it, the instant that I said it, and have been trying ever since to make amends and to make that up, and it hasn't worked. It hasn't got me anywhere. Quite recently it's been made very clear to me from the people around her and her circle that maybe what happened might have been the best thing for her, and that although it wasn't maybe a golden goose egg type situation that happened, she did sort of take it as maybe that it was the best option, and she ran with it. It may seem that in fact it possibly wasn't meant to be, and what she wanted maybe wasn't what she wanted this to be. That doesn't change the way I feel about her, and it doesn't change the way she is and the person she is. She's still the most beautiful, most amazing, most loving, most kind, wonderful person to ever live, and the most amazing person I've ever met in my life. That's never going to change. And with that, I will never have a bad word said against her, and I will always defend her, always look out for her, and always say good things about her. There's nothing I would ever say that was bad, because there's nothing she's ever done that's been bad or something I didn't like. I've never had that situation, so I'm always going to still hold her in amazingly high respect for her and everything she's done. And that's the difficulty with things up here rather than things in here. I let something up here completely ruin my life for a brief moment, and something that I shouldn't have done. In the past, I never really used to understand how people got to 40, 50 years of marriage and they still said that they still loved and they still cared for each other as much as they did when they first met. Something is, something you think of and you think, oh, it's a great idea, but as a person, as a reality in my life, I've never really thought that that could happen, or never understood it before, and sometimes thought maybe it's a bit silly. Why, how could you still do that at that age? It wasn't until that first time that I met her that this ignited. This opened up like a nuclear power plant. It just burst into life. That was an amazing feeling. It's the best feeling in the world. And anybody that has survived marriages for 50 years, 40 years, or anybody that's had, even now, you're feeling that in your heart. You've met the one person that you love and that person that you want to be with forever. It's an incredible feeling. It's something that you can't explain until it happens. Although my dreams of babies, family, getting married, holding her close every night, kissing her every morning and telling her I love her, all of those things are an incredibly distant dream now, where they was a very close dream a year ago. Now they're gone and far away. My heart is never going to change its mind. This thing here now feels, this power station, this nuclear power plant in here, is still burning as bright and as strong as it did when I first saw her. And that's not going to change. I still feel exactly the same way that I've always done, but with more clarity and more understanding in here of how that works and what that actually means and how much she actually meant to me. For me, my door is always open. My door is there. It's ajar slightly. It's not completely shut. I don't want to shut that door. I can't find the whatever it is to shut that because I don't want to. Hers may be barricaded, welded shut, bolted, and will never open again. But I always like to think that mine's just there, never know, you know. I can't see myself as being anything other than single now. I wouldn't say I'm enjoying being single, of course not. I would rather be with the woman that I love more than ever. I would rather be living together, filming these videos, filming the family, a family, marriage and all that sort of stuff. All those things that I've always dreamt of, but maybe alone, I don't know. All the things that I dreamt of, I would always love to do. But what's not to be is not to be. If it wasn't meant to be, and if she believes it wasn't meant to be, then there's nothing much I can do about that, unfortunately. But that's what makes me smile. The fact that makes me smile is that I realise now why people have that in their hearts. Why people think that in 50 years' time they could still love the person that they fell in love with as much as they did when they first met them. And I understand that fully, and it really, really makes me happy that I've managed to do that. I've experienced that. It's also made me very happy that I've managed to put on things like on Facebook, on my featured pictures on Facebook and things like that, that I've written words, I've written little stories or little poems or whatever it is that you would want to call them. Those are things that have come from my heart. Genuine things I never knew I could even write. Stuff that I didn't even think I would be able to write has come out from here. And it's not too much here. This is the thing with the depression and anything else. This leads you a certain way and gives you false hope, or it gives you wrong information and fear. Fear and anxiety, and that's the sort of stuff that you needed to get used to, stuff that I've needed to learn. But that's never overtaken this. The feeling in here now rules this, and the feeling in here is always going to rule this. And I will always listen to this first. This is the most amazing part of your body, your heart. What you feel in your heart, what you feel in your soul. Once you meet that person, then there's nothing else that's ever going to compare to that. That is an incredible feeling, and it's an enjoyable feeling to have, which is why I still smile, because I had it. I'm still going to have it. I don't know what the future holds. You know, by the time I get to 100 vlogs, will I still be single? Will I still be alone? Will I still be whatever? I don't know. I know for definite that I'm never going to replace that love for Leanne that I have for her. That's an amazing thing. And even though she might think that I'm the worst person she ever met, the worst thing she ever did, I am despicable, horrible and nasty and everything else that she may think of me, I still hold her in the most highest respect, and I love her very much, and my love for her is always, always in here. So therefore, I'm glad of that. I'm glad I felt that. I'm glad I've had that opportunity. If it ever arises again, I have no idea. I would still love to marry her. This is still my, you know, my heart still feels, burns and holds on to her because she was everything I ever wanted and everything I ever needed in life. And that's never going to change, regardless of what she does now in the future, and regardless of the next 40, 50 years of our lives. Should our paths ever cross, then maybe we'll have that feeling again. Should we meet, we might. You never know. I don't know. I can't assume anything nowadays. So, carrying on with the vlogs, videos, obviously the hair is still going to be involved. It's going to be different hair as it goes on. That's going to involve other things that go green as well, as you can see from the t-shirt, as you've seen from some of the stuff I've added in this video. There's some other openings I'm going to do in this video. It's slightly out of order, so I'll show you an openings, then I'll come back because I've got a different t-shirt on. I'm finding with the vlogs and other content, photos, stuff that goes into the vlogs, the watch videos, I need room to put all these things on. That room comes in the form of hard drives. Buying hard drives is very costly, so recycling old drives or finding old drives is sometimes the easiest way of doing it out of my old machines. Finding what I've got in the loft. And that then equates to getting a caddy. So this is a caddy, but this is a hot swappable caddy. Okay, and once you've opened it, it's got this flap at the end, you drop in your drive, it literally clicks into place, it's clipped together, it's actually then got a lock so that it doesn't come apart again. So you can swap drives very, very easily. A lot easier than having the other drives. A lot of the other cases I've got these sort of things you screw together, which are fine, but your drive's in there permanently and sometimes they're a bit loose. They do come in nice cases though. Now this next one, I don't think you need to guess too much what that's going to be, knowing me and the shape of the packaging. Okay, so this is another Pantone ice watch. This one does need a battery, so I'll fit that in it and then I'll do a review. I've got a review of another ice watch to do as well yet, so those are going to come. But the next item I've got is going to help me with the reviews and still pictures. This is actually ordered from the Banggood website. This, I'm going to explain to you, this is a portable light box, which basically allows you to use it to take pictures of close-up objects. So I've got two USB leads. So this is incredibly simple in its operation and incredibly simple in its use. Basically it's a white box, there's LEDs in the top, there's a hole in the top for shooting through the top. If you're not going to shoot through the top, you put this thing over the top. Okay, so it's something incredibly simple. It's a box. Just plugs into your USB ports, which luckily I've got a box of USB ports at the back, or a connector. Okay, so for me this is going to be mainly used for one purpose, this, but it'll get me better lighting and I won't have to worry about interior lights, lighting it some other way. It's really useful and it's not that expensive. It's only about 10 quid on Banggood's site, so fantastic little thing for the price. I'm very impressed with it. All posters arrived today. It's an enormous pack for what it is when you realise it's a green watch. I've got some stuff coming up for the drone, for the Sparks soon. That hasn't arrived yet, but the Sparks definitely going to go a little bit green. I don't know how regularly I'm going to make these videos, as much as I can. I'm still going to do the watch videos, as I said. Unfortunately, getting stuff turning up. I've still got more watch videos to make. I've got about 3, I think, to film at the moment that have got to be uploaded. And then there's, as I said, all this stuff with the drones and everything else. I've got more stuff coming through for the drone. So I've got things to do and things to get on with. There's a Pugathon coming up soon, which I'm not so sure about still. I did say at one point I wouldn't go to them again. And I'm still very unsure about that, because although it's nice to go out and take my mum out instead of taking Leanne out, which I would have loved to have done, and I still would have loved to have done that. I've got other things this summer to do, things to get out and do, and as I said, you never know what the future holds. These videos aren't what they were most supposed to be. The videos are always going to be about depression and how it affects you and things like that, but that's sort of waned off. The more you fall in love with somebody, the more you'll share your life and dedicate your life to that person. There'll be many other things we would have talked about, many other things we would have discussed, gone through, that may not have involved, well, probably wouldn't have involved depression at all. We would have been quite happy and joyful. I would like to say thank you to everybody that's watching these videos. Thank you to people that stuck with me, people that have stayed behind me. Thank you to all the support I've had from my friends and all the people on my side that believe in me, and all these people that love Leanne as much as I do and understand the way that I felt and have always supported both of us very much. I think that's very important to have that. I'm very grateful and thank you for that. To my baby Belle, I will always remember the love I have for you, and I always want to think of you in the highest regard that I do. I want you to know that I feel that, and I want you to know that I never ever, since the day I met, stopped loving you. That there hasn't been a moment where this hasn't been burning with the most amazing desire and happiness. I've faltered, I've made mistakes, and things that I've done I'm wrong and I'm so sorry for. I truly am. But I'm glad that we met, and I'm glad that we had what we had, and I just want you to know that I truthfully, honestly, without any doubt or question, I love you so much, and I really mean that, more love than ever. It's always been in here, it's not always come out of here, and that's something I was struggled with and something I should have done so much. But I understand everything, I understand how I feel, I understand what I know, and I am always indebted to you for opening this and for giving me the experience that you did, and for letting me love the way I did love, and sorry, for letting me love you the way I did and the way I still do. It's a great feeling, and I'm so glad that you gave me that, and I'm so happy that you did. And I just thank you from the bottom of my heart, with all my heart, that I truly, honestly loved you without doubt and without any question. I never want you to think otherwise, please. Thank you. Love to you. And I do love you.